What's up, people? I'm back for another video. Wanted to do this last night, but I passed out pretty early. But today we're doing Phantasm 4, and then original was going to be today, but I'm going to probably just do it tomorrow during the day. I will do my updated ranking for Halloween, including ends. I can spoil what the last one's going to be. It's going to be ends. Yeah, but anyway. But Phantasm 4, so far, I'm really liking this franchise, and I think 4 really continues the trend of, because I got one more movie after this, which is Ravager. If that one is as good, I gotta say, this is probably a completely perfect franchise. I don't think there's not one I don't like. I've liked them all. To varying degrees. I think the first one's probably still the best one, but I like 4. You know, it is a bit slower. Like, there's not as many kills. I mean, there are kills, but it's not as many. And it is definitely, like, they're not, like, extra characters. It's mainly focused on Reggie, Mike, a little bit of Jordy, even though he's, like, in the sphere. But, and you learn, and I do like that Angus Scrimm still has it, and I think that's probably what the title of this video is going to be. He still has it. And the fact that he didn't just play the tall man in this one, he also played, like, a different version of himself called Jebediah. He was, like, almost a good version, in a way. Thought he did, like, he really showed his talents there. I loved a lot of the practical effects. The fight with Reggie and the fucking, demon-looking cop was great. And even though this came out, like, in 98, I really like that this one maintains the same, like, tone as the other 3. Like, it pretty much, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is, like, a 90s version of it. Don't get me wrong. I like 90s stuff, but I do like that it's tried to keep the same tone from the other 3 films and didn't just, this is a 90s Phantasm. No, they kept the same tone. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. It's really good. I'd probably give this one 8 out of 10. It's a bit slow burny, but yeah. Mike, I like that they still have the same actor who played Mike from 3 on. But, so yeah, like I said, tomorrow I'll do my updated ranking of the Halloween franchise. The 13, this time I will include Halloween 3 just because I watched it recently. So I'll throw it in the ranking this time around. But yeah, besides that, we'll get started here. So we get like a kind of a recap from the ending of the 3rd one where Mike goes off on his own. Well, basically, yeah, the group gets split up, and you have Reggie kind of narrate what's been going on until this point. And I really like that they emphasize that you do not know what the tall man is, really. And I like that they've still not really revealed that. You just see that he takes these bodies to this place, but you don't really even know what the place is. You don't know what he is yet, and I really like that 4 films in, and it maintains that. So Mike is kind of traveling on his own, coping with, now that he's basically the same kind of thing as a tall man now. But then, this time around later, he does get powers, while Reggie's kind of traveling on his own. Gets into a fight with this demon cop, which was a pretty good fight. And I really like the makeup for the demon cop. Looked really good. He manages to kill it, and then while being in a chase, he ends up meeting this girl named Jennifer, who gets into a car accident and saves her, while Mike has a conversation with the tall man. And I like that the tall man does talk, but like it's like very little. It's not like a lot of dialogue. Like, he talks, but it's not it's still like a mystery what he is. And then he manages to use one of the rods, and it's because the tall man wanted Mike to join him, but Mike refused, goes to the portal and sees, and goes back to I think it's at 1860. 1860 or 1868, it was one of those. And sees this guy named Jebediah who looks exactly like the tall man. And the teller, the fortune teller from the other movies. While out, like, he takes back to Reggie. Reggie, takes the girl, Jennifer back to the hotel, tries to have sex with her, which, it's like they did that in the last movie. But then the next morning while driving with her, it turns out she's actually part of the tall man, and because this scene was pretty funny. Her boobs were like shaking, and it turns out, yeah, they were spheres. He kills her, crashes the car, and Reggie manages to escape the spheres, while Mike has it. I do like that they got the actor who played Jody back too. I do like that this one does kind of tie up, because I think this one is only like about to be 20 years after the first one, because I think the first one was 79 and this was 98 when this came out, so close to 20 years since it released. So this one does feel like it wraps it. So in a way, I know I've not seen Ravager, and from what I've heard in reviews and stuff, I've seen a lot of people say it's still pretty good. So, but this one in a way could work as the last one if you don't want to watch Ravager. This one does like have like a interesting ending. So, Reggie gets his 3. I love the 3, the shotguns with the 3 fucking holes. Like, I fucking love it. That was dope. So he gets ready basically back for war. And I love the little scenes where they do kind of go back to the first movie, and you see like Mike as a kid and Reggie as a kid, like everything kind of back to normal. Jody helps Mike, and this is where Mike now realizes he has powers, like telepathic powers, like the tall man does. And Mike regroups back with Reggie. And I do like that this film was a small group film. Like, there was, like, the last one, you had, like, the kid, and then you also had the girl. Like, this time around, I do like it was just kind of it's almost like the OG 3. It was Mike, Reggie, and Jody, them together. But yeah, the tall man comes after them, and seemingly they managed to defeat the tall man, with this like weapon from alien weapon, but as usual, turns out another one reappears and takes a sphere out of Mike's head. I don't know if it kills him or if it's like this weird limbo thing, but yeah, he takes this gold sphere out of his head, and walks off, and then Reggie kind of comforts him, and that's how the film ends. They have like a couple last words together, and yeah, I really like this one. I think they really continue the trend of, I love the special practical effects are really what I love about this movie. The makeup for like that demon, and just the overall story. The fact that we don't really, 4 films in, and we still don't know anything about the tall man, really. Like, we're kind of still where we were by the end of the first. I like it. I don't need a whole backstory. I mean, I don't know, maybe the next one they will give it to us, but I'm kind of fine if they never explain it. That even if they don't explain it in the next one, I'm kind of cool with just not knowing. It makes the tall man that much more creepier. You just know he comes back. You seemingly kill him, he comes back in a new form, and it just continues. Angus Scrimm still, he kills it. And I really like in this one, he doesn't just play the tall man. He played Jebediah. I thought he did a really good job as that character for the little we got of him. But yeah, all around great film. Still great core group of characters. Still a good franchise. If Ravager continues the trend, this is probably another example of a perfect slasher franchise where there's not a bad entry. Like, I don't think there's been a bad entry so far. I've liked them all. So, I think the first one's the best one, but I think I've liked all of them. So, but yeah, I'm sitting about like an 8 out of 10 for this one. Definitely would watch again when probably will just one day just watch, because there's only 5 of them. I'll probably just binge it, you know. But yeah, tomorrow, updated Halloween ranking. My number 1 and 2, well, number 1 is technically 2 movies, because in my view, I don't care. Halloween 1 and 2 to me are 1 movie. But really, the top numbers haven't really changed, but definitely the last one has. So we'll be talking about that. I'll do that in the morning or in the afternoon tomorrow. We'll see. But Phantasm 4 was great. We'll see if Ravager continues the trend. But yeah, take a hit and peace out. As usual, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck Joe Biden, and fuck Kamala Harris. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.